Hi, and welcome to VYAPT Growth Series Season 2, Episode 21. And in our growth series today, we have with us Mr. Shashank Agarwal, Deputy MD of Kanpur Plastipack Ltd. Hi, Shashank. Welcome to Growth Series.
Hi Pankaj, good to see you.
Thank you so much, Shashank. We are eager to have some of the questions and some of the interactions which our viewers would love to listen from you. So I have my first curiosity is what are the growth prospects of the industry which you operate, and can you also talk about some of the challenges of the industry?
Yeah, so we are into industrial packaging that's primarily B2B, and it's always been growing at 10% plus CAGR even during the worst recession times. So the growth prospects still remain intact, and they are in double-digit figures. That's primarily because industrialization has only happened in 50% of the world, and the remaining 50% is still agro-based economies. So the growth prospects are extremely positive. The challenges are sustainability is the number one challenge, recyclability, climate change. I would term these together as the number one challenge. Along with, see, innovation has moved from Europe to Asia, and most of the Asian innovation that comes is cost driven.
Okay.
And so that would also remain a challenge on how this innovation unfolds over the next decade. Um, but right now, in the current times, overcapacity and a sluggish demand due to recession, due to energy fears, due to hyperinflation, these are the current challenges. Yes, Pankaj.
Yes, Shashank, I'm here.
Yeah, you heard me, right?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so the current
Sorry.
challenges are, you heard me, right? Yeah, so the current
Yes,
challenges
yes, I
remain
heard
with
you.
the slowness in the demand and increased production capacities across the globe and fear of uncertainties because of the current geopolitical situation.
Okay, wonderful. So you talked about some of the challenges and the growth prospects, and primarily within the organization, we have seen a lot of growth coming up in the last 5 to 6 years. Any specific inputs which you want to probably share with us? Because under the kind of leadership which you have, more from the growth perspective, more from the perspective of serving the world with a smile. How has that come up in the last 5 to 6 years time?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. The last decade has been a decade of growth, and specifically last 5 years, we've grown at a good pace. I would contribute this to my father and my grandfather, their credibility and their, let's say, their credibility that they built over the years. It gave me a pad to launch things in a certain way, and credibility does not get developed over a year. It takes time, and we being reliable and keeping our promise to our customers has been the key, but also being able to adapt to the changing needs, adapt to the changing technology, adapt to the new methods of business has been the key. Digitalization, technology, having a clear vision, a clear strategy behind it, designing the business to adhere to that vision, building a great team, not a good team, but a great team. I'm very proud of the team that we have, and has been very important in this entire growth journey.
Okay, okay. Uh, you talked about the kind of growth we are looking at, and also around the challenges the industry has as of now. Can you also share some of the things which industry is doing or working towards to make a sustainable future?
Yeah, so sustainability, two types, environmental and financial sustainability. So I think financial stability, everybody now in the new world is moving towards a lower leveraged organizational structure and a lower fixed cost but a higher variable cost. So those are the two financial strategies that normally industries are doing. On the sustainability side, we have been working right from 2011 when we installed UP's first rooftop in our factory. So
Okay.
today we have about 65% of our energy coming from solar. So that's our step towards sustainability. We have the capability to use post-consumer waste to manufacture our products, which
Mm-hmm.
is a very significant change in the government policies around Europe and also in India now. That
Mm-hmm.
polymer manufacturers need to use a certain amount of reprocessed or post-consumer waste.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two directions, along with, of course, whatever we can do for the environment. So we have a park in the industrial area which we adopted. We have a uh, zero wastage, zero water wastage policy in the company.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, those are
Okay.
the
Okay.
things.
Okay, so you rightly said, Shashank, that you have a zero liquid discharges there, and
Yeah.
then you also have 65% of the energy needs being, consumed coming up from solar power. Uh, do you think, that in coming years we are seeing a robust growth coming up for this industry?
For packaging, yes, absolutely. It is packaging always has been the it's a tertiary industry, but it's always been a very important industry. So you can have a product of $100, and if you do not have that packaging bag of $1, that $100 is worth nothing. So it is a very important industry, and growth will continue until there
Okay.
is transportation and storage. Packaging will be important.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So, Shank, you talked about the kind of growth prospects the industry has. You also talked about, the sustainability features, and you also talked about what are the challenges, the industry is looking at. Can you also talk about, in coming years' time, do we also see new players coming up in this particular segment to leverage the kind of growth opportunity this particular segment has?
Yeah, I mean, that is how any industry evolves. And I think we are at the cusp of growth in India, where more and more entrepreneurs are doing very innovative things. And yes, there will be new entrants, and new entrants are always welcome because they disrupt industry, and that brings value to the customers. And ultimately, if the existing producers stop getting value to the customers, that's when we open space for new entrants, and that keeps happening every decade, and it will happen. I mean, I hate to use this example, but there will always be monkeys when there are chimpanzees and gorillas, and that is the beauty of evolution. And India has built that ecosystem over the last 5 to 10 years, where doing business and starting business has become very easy. So that's the good part of being in this industry.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's great to hear from you, Shashank. And we will move forward to our rapid fire round now. We'll have 10 questions. You can answer those in a word or a maximum of a sentence. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
So here we go. So my first question to you: if your life was a story, what would it be titled?
I would say a budding, budding inheritor trying to make a mark.
Trying to make a mark. Wonderful. I mean, you are actually, showcasing it in a right way. So I move on to the second one. What habit holds you back the most?
Yeah, so I mean, getting up late in the morning is one of my blockers. If I could change that, I would be a far more efficient and productive person.
Okay, so you are not an early riser.
Not at all.
uh, what do you like the most, working on a puzzle or playing a game?
Playing a game anytime.
What always makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Being inspired, being relaxed, uh, being successful, um, being able to develop a relationship, that makes me happy, that makes me laugh.
Wonderful. Can you also talk about what did you last search on Google?
So I searched the word bechara. What do we call bechara in English? So
What did
there is
you find?
actually there is no English word for bechara.
We are still to get that word. Okay, so I move on to the next one. Who is your favorite cartoon character?
Popoy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you even see today?
No, I don't see it anymore. I mean, now the cartoons for my children have changed. The whole landscape has completely changed. So I don't think they have running series of Popoy anymore.
Okay. What is your favorite quote from any movie which you like?
Ah, Godfather, I'll make you an offer which you cannot refuse. The mafia offer.
Uh-huh. You watched this movie?
Several times.
I move on to the next one. What are you most looking forward to in the next week? Something which you're looking forward in the next week.
I think in the next week, there are a lot of HR activities that are there in the organization. So I'm looking forward to that. But moreover, I'm looking forward to a great weekend holiday with my friends. So that
Okay.
is what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. What is your favorite rainy day activity?
To get wet and eat pakoras.
You have
It's
made
been a
it
long
simple,
time.
isn't it?
It's been a long time since I've done that, but that would be my favorite activity.
You made it simple as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. What is happiness to you?
So happiness is being inspired, um, being able to inspire, being able to realize one's own potential, and being able to do what why we've been born on this earth,
Mhm.
and just being a small part in it. That brings happiness to me.
You have been direct in all the answers. 10 on 10 to you in this rapid fire round. Uh,
Great.
so we move on to the most curious question in this series, which is to do with you as a leader. Uh, I'm sure your mentors come from the family. Your mentors also come from from the college or from the education background, and even the people who have worked with the organization and different organizations. So, what memorable lessons did you learn from your mentors, and how it has impacted your leadership style?
Yeah, I mean, as you rightly said, my family, my parents, my grandparents have been mentors, my senior colleagues, my colleagues in the company, my friends around me, spiritual gurus, school teachers, college teachers, all of them. And it's very hard to figure out one lesson or couple of lessons, but a culmination of everything that you keep on hearing and learning on the journey. So leadership is all about longevity, and to be keep on refreshing, keep on adding value, keep on re-engineering, redesigning, readapting, realigning, and being able to do that again and again and again, in a new way that keeps adding value to your people, keeps adding value to the product, keeps adding value to the business. For me, would be leadership. Uh, Being able to carry people along with you is a byproduct of that, but
Mhm.
primarily if that's happening, then everything else falls into place. So yeah, I try to engage with people in my organization, I try to engage with the community, do whatever is possible that helps me to keep grounded. I like to take care of people who are around me, because if I take care of them, then they'll take care of me. So I'm very selfish in that. um, Try to set standards for myself within the company, try to respect each other's truth, act on my vision daily, preserve the old, build the new. So those are the things that I would do. Really value relationships because they're the real wealth, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, or they're always positive promoters around you. But sometimes there are blind spot, you don't know who they are, but there are always some people who are promoting you positively. And finally, I would say self discipline. That is the key. uh, Eating right, thinking right, sleeping right, keeping the right company, positive attitude, all these things help a lot.
Wonderful. So you talked about a lot of things, the kind of mentorship which you have got from the people those who have mentored you. But giving back to the society, anything which you would like to probably share with the budding entrepreneurs or people those who want to become successful in their lives. Anything, any tips, because God has been kind to you in sharing such a lovely mentors that you have been able to they start delivering results in the 5 6 years, which at least I have been following. So any probably some of the tips which you'd like to share.
I think the best way to give back to the society is by creating value. That for me is the best way. And apart from that, giving your own time and obviously resources where it's required. But if one creates value, you end up creating so many other people who can give time and money. So if you are able to build a successful business, if you are able to excel at something, if you are able to create any kind of value in the field that you are, is the best way to give back to the society if the intentions are right. And having those right intentions is extremely important.
That's a positive mark from you, Shashank. I really admire the way you see things, the optimistic view you have towards society and the people to go do some extraordinary in their lives. Uh, uh, that would go a long way. And thank you for some, honest answers coming up you from the industrial perspective, from the kind of challenges they have, and also kind of growth prospects. Thank you so much for being a part of VYAPT Growth Series. It was really a pleasure speaking to you today.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I hope people like what they see. And even if 5 people are inspired, that would be the key for me. Thank you.
I'm sure there would be many. Thank you so much.
Thanks.